Well, good morning. This morning we read from 2 Kings chapter 19 and verse 14 through to the end of chapter 20. Hezekiah has received a letter from the envoy of the king of Assyria, ridiculing Hezekiah, Jerusalem's defenses, and more than that, ridiculing the God of Israel. The letter states that the gods of other nations didn't save them. So why do they think that the Lord will save Jerusalem? But they didn't know who they were dealing with. The envoy of the Assyrian king didn't know who he was dealing with. This was not a regional god or an idol. This was the God of Israel, not a God who could be thrown into the fire, not of wood and stone, but the Lord, the God of Israel. And the Lord destroyed his army, scattered them, and sent him back to Assyria, where the king of Assyria was assassinated by his sons. And then the Lord promised that the Assyrians were never again going to come and invade Judah and Jerusalem. And so Hezekiah worshipped the Lord. Then Hezekiah fell ill, and the Lord healed him and promised him an extra 15 years of life. So far, Hezekiah, everything has been great. But then we see Hezekiah make one big blunder. He didn't look to the future of his people. Hezekiah showed round the envoys from Babylon all around his palace. And he said, look at all my great wealth. And Isaiah told him that in the future, after his death, then the people of Babylon were going to come and invade and would take away the people from Jerusalem, including his own children or grandchildren, and Hezekiah's wealth would all be taken away to Babylon. And Hezekiah said, the word of the Lord is good, because at least there'll be peace in my lifetime. Our role as Christians and as church leaders is not to simply hold out for our lifetime, but to leave something to remain until the Lord returns. Sometimes we visit small churches and we meet the leaders there and people there, and the church looks like it's in decline and looks like it may eventually close. And you hear things like, well, it will see me out. It will be here until it holds my funeral. What a terrible attitude. We should be seeking to establish something that will maintain a witness until the Lord returns. Let's seek to build for him that which will remain and will still be working when he comes. May he find us faithful when the Son of Man returns. Amen.